Hi everybody, I'm here. Welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm Lisa Curcio. I'm going to give you a few minutes to get on and catch up with me. Facebook Live is a fun thing, and I have to admit, I'm doing it at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in Florida, and it's just getting dark, which is just such a nice thing. Hi Casey, I'm so glad that you've joined me. I see there's 2 people on, so it means I'm not going to be alone. That's great. Hi Brooke, I'm glad that you're here as well. I've got a fun project for us tonight, and I can't wait to share with you. Hi Christine, you're from Minnesota, yay! Listen, if you're here for the first time, tell me, give me a shout out. And to all my Stampin' Up! Demonstrators out there, we are getting ready for Stampin' Up's semi-annual large event, and that is on stage. Hi Marion! We are leaving on Thursday, and actually Marion right here and her husband Rod, both demonstrators on my team, are gonna drive me to Savannah. That's where we're gonna go. So if you're gonna be in Savannah, Georgia for Stampin' Up's on stage event, I hope that you'll stop by and say hello to us. We're really excited about the event as a whole. A couple things about Facebook Live before I get started. I wanted to make sure that you know there is a delay between the time I'm talking to you and the time you're actually hearing me. So if you leave a comment or you send me likes or loves, I'm not going to always be able to see them right on time because of that delay, but I need your feedback. So if you like something, send me some likes or some hearts, leave me comments, you can ask me questions. This is the beauty of Facebook Live, is that I'm really here and you're really there, and we can interact and have a good time. The other thing is I want to make sure that you understand this is technology. So I could lose you or you could lose me, heaven forbid. If you're having trouble hearing or you're having trouble, hi Kathy, if you're having trouble with maybe some pauses or interruptions, it could just be the Wi-Fi signal. So close the app and come back in, especially if you are viewing on a mobile device. That would be an iPad or a cell phone. Hi Cindy, it's good to see you. Hi Mom, Fortune Burke is my mom. She is an avid fan of Spotlights, so we just always welcome Mom to the group. Hi Mom. Every girl needs her mom as a cheerleader, right? Absolutely. If I should lose you, it has not happened yet, thank God. But if it does, don't panic. I'll be back. Just hang tight and I'll come back. Hi Lydia. Hi Linda. Hi Loretta. It's so great that you guys are here with me. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm looking at my notes really quick. I am going to be using a bundle today. I'm going to be using a bundle of stamp sets. And I say a bundle because it's a big stamp set and I want to show it to you. So I'm going to get started and I'm going to flip you down to the stamp table. Please remember, it's an ugly view while I get you there. So make sure you're patient with me because I'm going to zoom you in and get you close up, okay? So here we go. I'm going to flip you around. Okay, I told you it was going to be an ugly view. Okay, so let me zoom you in and let's make sure. Oh, sorry, I hit the tripod there. You know, one thing about live is you can't edit anything. I'm telling you what, I'm just making sure I've got the center of the paper. I think we're good. All right, so I am going to be using this. This is the Beautiful You stamp set. And I say a bundle because look how big it is. Hi, Kathy. Oh, Larissa, I'm so glad you found me too. Yay. I hope to teach you a few fun things tonight. So I have to tell you that this is my absolute favorite stamp set in the Occasions catalog. Absolute favorite. If you are watching here for the first time and you don't have the annual catalog or the Occasions catalog and you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, shout out to me here in the comments and I would love to send them to you. There's no cost. I'd be happy to send them your way. My favorite, because you know it's girly and I'm a little girly, but I want to explain something. You see these little squiggles in here? This actually fills in the dress on this image here. Oh, someone's asked me about the rail of my punches. Cindy, head over to my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of videos there called Storage Wars and it's going to show you everything. Those are IKEA. And so these little squiggles fill in the dress. I mean, this is just a great stamp set. So when you look at it and think, oh, I got to color it in. No, you don't. No, you don't. But I've got a fun little twist on this tonight. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. But make sure you hang with me because at the end, I've got something really cool to share with you. And I've got more samples to show you. All right, let me get my little pre-cut stuff here ready to go. That's the one thing about live, no editing, right? All right, I'm going to come out just a little bit because I think that you guys can see better. Okay, there we go. This is Whisper White cardstock. This is measuring 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to use a bone folder. I'm a big fan of this tool. It gives you a nice crisp crease along the edge of your card. And I don't know about you, but if you have nail polish and you've ever gone like this, have you ever gotten like a trace of color? Yep, it can happen. Hi, Patty. Oh, so good that you're here. All right. Today, I'm actually going to be using the card in the horizontal or the landscape mode. So I'm going to set that aside. I've also cut a piece of Designer Series paper. This is from the Pop of Pink Designer Series paper stack. I have to say that slow. Isn't that a mouthful? Oh my goodness. I love all of the designer papers with Stampin' Up! Because they're double-sided. So depending on what mood you're in, you've got quite a bit of use there. All right, so I'm actually going to use the pink side tonight, or the Melon Mambo, which is what it is. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive in my corners. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh, that's not enough adhesive. How many of you like to go through a whole roll of this in like no time at all? Nope, not me. I find that it works great. Just a little bit in the corners. I always say we're only mailing it. It's not going through a hurricane, right? All right, so I've got a little border going on here, and I'm just pressing to adhere that. I'm going to set that aside. And now I've brought another piece of Whisper White. And just to give you the cutting dimensions here, this is 4 by 5.25 for the designer paper. This is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to be posting pictures of this finished card when we're done with the broadcast. Hi, Sue. Welcome from Wisconsin. Is it getting any warmer there? Here is Basic Black. This is the archival ink. I'm going to go ahead and open that up and set that to the side. And I chose this image tonight. Ooh, isn't she stylish? I like this. But you know, you've seen cards. They're stamped, they're colored in, they're all so cute and pretty, but I decided I'm going to go completely out of the box. Hi, Terry. I want to do something completely different, so bear with me here. We're going to ink her up. I know I'm a little bit off camera, but I want to make sure you guys can see the paper. That's the most important part. Okay, so I'm inking her up. And I'm going to stamp her all the way down here at the bottom. So I've got 1, and then I'm going to do another 2, 3. Do you see how I'm using her for a border? And then 4. I'm not even concerned if the image isn't exactly the same across the bottom. Do you see how this one I've got a little bit of her hand? Doesn't matter. I want to give you a quick tip when you're using your ink pads, and I notice a lot of people don't do this, so I want to share it with you, especially when you have a strong color like black. If you happen to have the grid sheets, which I absolutely love, but if you don't, if you have scratch paper underneath you, take the stamp and stamp off on your scratch paper before you take it to your Stampin' Scrub. Hi, Becky. I'm so glad you're here. The reason you want to do that is because it's going to reduce the ink color so that it's lighter. Now, this side is wet at my house, and this side is dry. It's like doing the dishes for your stamps. But if you stamp off the ink on your scratch paper first, it's going to keep this cleaner a lot longer. Can you imagine if you were stamping with friends? Hi, Julie. Can you imagine if you're stamping with friends and we all just put our ink in here one after another? I mean, like in a half an hour, but we could go crazy and have to clean this off. So by all means, I always stamp all the excess off, and then I do wet and I do dry. That is a great tip if you're stamping with friends, because then you don't have to run around. I also want to go over this. I had somebody ask me the last time I did a spotlight, how do you close it? They want to push from the back. Oh heavens, don't do that. You see these little notches right here? Did you know that's where your fingers go? So you put your fingers in and you're going to push off the bottom, and then you're going to slide it closed. Now, when we designed these ink pads, we designed them so they'll store ink side down so that they're always nice and juicy at the top. There's grippers on the side in case you want to ink it this way for larger stamps. And I absolutely love the fact that all of the ink pads are refillable. Yep, awesome. Hi, Ruth. I'm glad that you're here. So now I've got my image. Really important that you give it a second to dry, because the one thing about the archival ink, it's a little bit slower to dry than the other colors because it's a pigment ink. All right, I'm going to grab next my watercolor pencils. How many of you have seen the start of my series on Watercoloring 101 with the watercolor pencils? Hi, Jill. Hi, Nikki. I'm so glad you guys are here. Watercolor pencils, absolutely love them. There are, how many colors are here? How is my brain dead? I think there's 13. The great thing about these, $16, super easy to use because who can't use a colored pencil? The beauty of these is that you can blend them like watercolors. Makes us look like a coloring pro. So you can see that they come and the corresponding colors match our cardstock and accessories. So I'm grabbing the Melon Mambo, which matches that designer paper that we used. All right. I also want to talk to you a little bit about the pencil itself because I get a lot of people who ask me this. How do you sharpen it? Well, first of all, you're going to take a good look at this. Look, you see how it's not really sharp? That's the way you should be using them. If you have a really sharp point and you intend on blending them, it's going to be harder to do so because those really sharp points leave a really sharp line. So I like a nice blunt tip. Obviously you don't want it flat, so you're going to have to sharpen it. So let me grab my pencil sharpener. I didn't intend on taking this out, so sorry it wasn't prepared. Now I know you're thinking, where did you get that? Well, many years ago, Stampin' Up! Did sell watercolor pencils, and as much as I like them, they did not match the products that we sold. So now they have been revamped. Yay! Can I hear an applause? Yay! Hi Lynn, hi Donna. You guys, I'm so glad you're all here. So when you go to use a pencil sharpener, and again, any pencil sharpener, we're not going to get fancy. This one happens to have 2 size holes depending on your pencil. I like the smaller one. Literally when you put it in, I want you to give it just 1 or 2 turns because you don't want that really, really sharp point that'll be difficult to blend. I hope that makes sense. If you have that, then take your pencil on your scratch paper and kind of burnish the edges down a little bit so it's smooth. That'll give you a really easy way to use your pencil. Now, I'm really hoping this turns out good because I want to show you 3 different ways to use these watercolor pencils. Okay, obviously way 1 is the way that we're all used to using them, right? We are going to come in with our pencil and we're going to lay down color. Now this is a strong color, so you're going to see here, I'm only going to lay down color on one side because I'm going to do some blending. Way 2 is to here, scribble it on your work surface, your scratch paper. All right, I've just made a palette. Here's the other thing. Did you know that you can take these and mix them? All right, so let me give you an example. So here's a yellow one. I'm going to add that here. And I'm going to take a little bit of my blue one. And you know what's going to happen when we pick this up? It's going to be green. So let me just show you. I have a blender pen. Whenever I'm using very intricate images, this is what I like to use. Hey, Kelly from Australia. Hi, Berdina. I'm glad you guys are here. I like to use the blender pen because I can find I can control it better. Because look how nice and chiseled that tip is. And we're going to talk about how to properly use this. An aqua painter is another way you can spread color. And that is just a self-contained paintbrush. You just fill it with tap water and you're good to go. Lots and lots of fun. I like that for broader areas. All right, so back on my stamp set, you might see here on the dress, I like to use it on maybe those areas, a little bit bigger. Hi, Colleen. So this is just my preference for tonight, but I wanted to make sure I explain that because a lot of people ask me. The blender pen has a chemical in the barrel of the pen that moistens the tips. They are exactly the same. It doesn't matter which one that you use. They both generate fluid from the center. You don't want to store these like this because guess what's going to happen? It's all going to drain to one side. You want to store them horizontally. That's really important. The tips do get stained with usage, but it won't hurt it. So I want to explain to you how to clean that. So remember we mixed over here? We've got the blue and the yellow, right? Because I told you we can mix the pencils. So I'm going to work those together. Do you guys see how it turned green? Look, now I've got a really fun shade of green. I can go back to this and I can add more color to it. Hi, Maria. And I'm able to change the shade. But let's say now I want to switch to my pink because I want to get my card started. You're going to hold your blender pen horizontally. This is the biggest mistake I see people make. They do this. Oh, it makes me want to just shriek. You know why you don't want to do that? Because you're going to end up splitting the fibers on the tip of this pen, and that's eventually over time going to create a large little ball here, and it's going to be really hard to get in those detailed areas. So hold it horizontally, and you're going to roll it on your scratch paper until it runs clear. So do you see how it started to fade, fade, fade? Really important that you roll it because it's going to seep around there because of the chemical in the pen. And color will work its way down on this pen because it's moist. So really important that you get it all the way around. Because let me tell you, if you don't clean it right and you go to change colors, you've got a huge mess. Ask me how, I know. Yep, I've done it. So remember, I have a little palette going on here, right? So I scribbled some of my work surface. This is where I laid it right on the card. I'm going to pick it up here. This is probably one of my favorite ways. And then I'm going to start to color in here. But with my blender pen, it can actually make me look like a coloring pro. So I'm going to pick up color here, and I'm going to lay it where I want it. So do you see how I'm laying the color darker here on the outside? And I'm working my way in. All right. Here, where I've laid the pencil right on the paper, you can see that the pigmentation is different. This is a lot darker. But the same thing, I can take it and I can stretch it. So I've got it darker on one side and lighter on the other. And then what's left on my pen, I can do it even lighter yet. So if I want some shadows here, I can create those. So that's two ways, right on here and then on a palette. The third way is off the pencil. So you're literally going to take this and you are going to pick it up here with the blender pen, and then you can go back in and you can color. I find that this way is actually the very lightest way to color in your images. I prefer to either lay the pencil right on top of it, like we did first, or to create the palette. Those are my favorite ways. But I wanted to show you so that when you play with your watercolor pencils, you can be the judge on what's best for you, what's the best way. I am actually using just regular Whisper White cardstock. So you're going to want to make sure that if you don't oversaturate this paper, because this is not resistant to the fluids. Watercolor paper is a wonderful thing, and if you watch my YouTube channel or you follow my blog, give a thumbs up if you do. You've got a video coming out day after tomorrow on Thursday to tell you the difference between the two with watercoloring. Just a really, really great tip. Uh-oh, someone says, oh, they can hear me. Okay, good. Wow. Lisa Levin, good. Go out and come back in. All right, I was getting kind of worried there. I was thinking I'm talking to nobody. All right, so I've got my shading going on. I'm happy with that. I don't have to go much further. So again, I'm going to clean my pen, scroll it here on my paper, and I'm turning it. I like to put it away clean. So you're probably thinking, that's all you're going to do? Yep, that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'm going to set that aside. I'm bringing in a small piece of Whisper White cardstock. I want to say this is 3/4 of an inch by about 2.5. I'll put the dimensions up for you. This is where I'm going to do my sentiment. And I chose this one from the stamp set that says, life looks beautiful on you. But I wanted to do something fun. So I want 2 different colors. I'm going to flip the stamp over and I'm going to use 2 markers. Again, the color coordination of Stampin' Up! Products is brilliant. You gotta love that because everything matches everything. Gotta love it. So here's the marker. One side's thick, one side's thin. This is meant for coloring. This is meant for writing and signing. So I'm going to use the brush tip and I'm going to color in the words, just the word beautiful. Now I've got some naysayers out there going, oh my gosh, is that really going to work? Now I'm going to tell you why you want to use the lightest color first. Lightest color first is because if you get it somewhere you don't want it, the darker color will cover it up. I'm going to try to hold this up so you guys can see. I don't know if you can or not. All right, so I'm going over the letters with my marker. Now you might think this is hard. It's not. I can see the script. I'm a little far away from the table. I'd have to get my head in the camera to get exactly where I want. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to scribble. All right, now I'm going to switch. I'm fighting some allergies, so bear with me. I don't want to cough in your ear. And then I'm switching over to black. So I'm going over the words, and I'm going over the words here again. Now I have to move it closer so I can see it. You know, that's why I wear glasses in my age, right? All right, now some of you are thinking it's drying. Yeah, it is, because it's dye-based ink. But watch, we're going to do the Darth Vader technique. I have just huffed on the stamp. I'm going to bring it down here on the paper, and I'm praying it's straight. And then there we go. Now we've got 2 different colors using the markers on one stamp. Really, really easy. So wash and dry. I'm going to put that away. I'm going to create a banner tip on just one end, and I'm going to do this end. So to do that easily, you're going to want to make a slit in the paper. Then you're going to come from the outside corner to the center of the slit. if you make the slit first, you're gonna find that you're gonna have almost a perfect banner every single time because that generates your center point. Now, no one's gonna get out the ruler if it's not perfect, it's okay. And now I'm going from the other end. The other thing, and I've learned this, don't pull. Boy, I've made a mess of some of my paper doing that. So look, now we've got a pretty nice looking banner, don't we? All right, so we're gonna set that aside. And I've also cut a piece of silver foil sheet. This is just a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna layer this. Now, since I'm cutting this tip by hand, I found the easiest way to do this was to actually add adhesive to the back side. So I've got my snail adhesive here. I'm gonna run it right down the middle of the back. I'm gonna bring my foil in. I'm sorry if you've got a reflection, but boy, oh boy, it's not much I can do with the light. You know, I like shiny. Isn't shiny fun? If you're a girl, you gotta love shiny. Shiny makes us happy. All right, so hold on one second. I like to work this way, upside down, where I'm trying to go. And you know, it's always easier when people are not watching you. Can anybody attest to that? All right. And again, I want to get my head in the way of the camera. All right, I'm going to rub from the back. Now we can cut that banner tip. So this is kind of my guide. So I can see my center is here. So I'm going to cut a little slip. And there's my slit. And then I'm going to come from the outside corner in. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And again, remember I said don't pull because you don't want to rip the paper. All right, so now we've got our banner. Look at that. Pretty sniffy, huh? All right, hopefully I've taught you a little something about that, especially when you're working with foil. Mount first, especially if it's small, and then attach. Marion says shiny and sparkle. Oh yeah, you like the two-tone banner, Loretta? Oh, I'm so glad. All right, great. All right, so I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna flip it over, and I add some adhesive to the back. Again, you're probably cringing because you're thinking I'm not using enough. I am, I promise. And then I'm going to add this here. My mom is probably the largest recipient of my cards, and she's on here with us, and she can attest to you. They don't fall apart, do they, Mom? Nope, they better not. I'm not done yet, so hang with me. Remember this banner? We're going to flip this over. I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. Here's 1 and 2, and we're going to lay those on the back. There's a paper backing, so I'm going to take that off. That's going to reveal the other sticky side. I love dimensionals. They make me look so fancy because they elevate things on my project. So I'm going to add my banner here all the way off to the side. All right, I like to give my ends a little bit of a flick so that they got a little curl going on, a little interest to my card. Now you might like to stop there, but I don't. Nope, because what's it missing? If you've been here before, you know it's missing something. What's it missing? Come on, I'm going to give you guys a second. It's going to be missing something. All right, so if you haven't guessed yet, it's missing bling. I think bling has become one of my trademarks. I didn't plan it, it just came out that way. So what we're going to do now is we are going to adorn this hat, but I want to get it ready because what I'm going to do, I'm going to want to slip off and put on there right away. All right, so I've got some glue dots and I've got a great tip for you today. So I'm going to peel back one of the glue dots here. I am going to pick it up with my paper piercing tool. So you see how it's here. It's going to be too big for what I need it for. So I'm going to move it here to the top. I've got my sticky scissors. Those are the ones with the little red little ribbon on them. This way I know I can be sticky with them. And I'm cutting this glue dot in half. Yes, because I only need part of it. Now, those of you who are thinking, oh, you could have rolled it or turned it into a ball. That's not going to work for what I'm going to do, and I'll show you in just a second. So here we go. We've got this half now. I am going to lay my half right here on her card, and I'm going to bunch it up, and I'm far away, so bear with me. All right? So there we go. I don't think you can see it. I'm going to try to hold it up. Can you see I got like a little ball of glue there? All right, so that's perfect. And not even going to care it's a little puffy. And then here comes part of my sparkle. This is the silver metallic thread. I absolutely love this stuff. It's really, really fine filament. And there's probably one of you going, what is that? All right, so if you have any of these threads, you probably know that when you put it away, it all unravels all over the place. So I found that this works really great. This is poster putty or poster tack. You can find this just about anywhere. The drugstore has it, Walmart has it, even the teacher supply stores. You use this when you want to hang things on walls, but you don't want it to mar the surface. This works like nobody's business. Okay, watch. So here we go, and then I'm gonna stick it down on here. Look at that. It doesn't go anywhere. I love this. I know it's a silly tip, but it works. So, all right, so I'm gonna pull some of this off. I'm gonna lay that down, and I wanna make a couple little loops. So I'm gonna use my index finger. I'm gonna leave a small tail here on the end, and I'm gonna go around and around and around. And you can go around as many times as you want. I think I've got 3 or 4 here. I slipped it off my finger. I'm pinching it together. You're probably thinking, no way. Yeah, way. Let me get my other scissors here. Here we go. I'm gonna move that thread out of the way because it's kind of in my way. I've now pinched it. And again, that's why the glue dot's gotta be there. And I'm gonna lay that right on top of her hat. Oh my gosh, I wish you were here. It's so cool. But let's cover up that. And what better way to cover it up with more bling, more bling. Hi, Becky. Hi, PJ. Or Pam. I keep going by your initials when I see you. So the rhinestones, there's a strand. Those have to be cut apart. And then there's some individual ones. But I really want this to be stated. So I'm going to choose a larger one. This is like the medium size. And we're going to go right over that glue dot. And we are going to press. Look at that. Now she's got some flair going on. And you know what? It's just fun. It's just totally, totally fun. I've done a bunch of these and no two are the same. I've done different ones. Let me show you this one. This was the one I made before you guys joined me. Do you see I have more loops here and a little bit smaller, but very chic, huh? Very, very chic. So what do you think? Do you like this? This is where I've laid the watercolor pencil directly on the paper. You see how it's darker? And then I showed you several different ways here. You guys love it? Yay! This is a great, great stamp set. All right, so let me flip you back around for just a second. And I'm gonna show you some more. Okay, here I am. Okay, good, you're sending me hearts. Yay, that means you like it. Yay, 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 yay. Nice touch, right? All right, so I promised you more samples, but I want to talk to you a little bit about the samples I'm going to show you. The samples I'm going to show you are all part of Studio Stamps in the Mail, which is going on right now. You can order Studio Stamps in the Mail through Sunday, which is April 9th. But let me show you what you're going to get, and I'll give you the price, and I'll give you the deadline and all that good stuff. But Studio Stamps in the Mail, and there's some of you that are on here that have subscribed to Studio Stamps in the Mail, so chime in and tell them how awesome it is. You are going to get a PDF tutorial for all 4 different cards and a video tutorial. So I'm going to stamp right along with you from home. Everything is pre-cut and ready for you to go. Now you're going to need some basic stamping supplies, and there's a short list over on my blog. To get there, you can click on the Learn More blue button here on the Facebook page. That'll navigate you to my blog. Once you're there, click on the Online Classes tab at the top and then select Studio Stamps in the Mail. Oh, Brooke, thank you. Yes, thank you. She loves Studio Stamps in the Mail. All right, so we're going to get this bundle. That's the best part. Okay, so let me show you the cards that are going to be included because you want more inspiration, right? All right, so let me flip you back around. Again, ugly view, I know. All right, so let me move you in a little closer. All right, that's better. So here's the cards we made today. I'm gonna set those aside, remove my rhinestones, and here we go. So for Studio Stamps in the Mail, you're gonna get this stamp set. It's included, okay? Because you're gonna need it to make your cards. You're also gonna get a full package of pearls. Gotta love those. And you're going to get a full package of the brand new sprinkles embellishments. Look at the colors in here. Absolutely stunning. And you're going to know why these are really important in just a second. So you're going to get all this product, plus you're going to make 8 cards. That's 2 each of 4 different designs. So let me show you the cards that are going to be included. Everything comes pre-cut. All you have to do is stamp, color, and assemble. If you don't have watercolor pencils, you can use ink pads. You can use anything. I made this easy and I want to explain why. Any brown, I don't care if it's a marker, a pencil, or an ink, you can use it. I'm going to give you the paper. I'm going to teach you a fun splatter technique. Yep, you don't even need a stamp for this. So black ink for this and any color for the hat. And this is piecemealed. So that's 2 of those cards. I'm going to save my favorite for last. And then you're going to get 2 of this one. Isn't this beautiful? If you don't have Wink of Stella, I'm going to tell you right now, go over to my online store and buy it. That stuff is fabulous. If you don't know what it is, it's a shimmer pen, and it makes everything sparkle, and it dries instantaneously really quick because it has an alcohol base. So again, some coloring. This time I'm giving you watercolor paper. So that video that's coming up on Thursday this week, you're going to want to watch that. When I do the video for Studio Stamps in the Mail, I'm going to teach you both ways on how to color this. So really, really fun. And here's another. Look at that. Remember I told you those sprinkles embellishments were going to be really important, right? Now what did I do with them? I set them down. Oh, here they are. Remember I told you these were going to be important? Well, guess what? We're going to glue some on there. Easy to do with liquid glue or glue dots. You can color this umbrella any color that you have at home. Any color at all. So whatever you have at home is going to work. And then you can pick up any of the colors that are in here. There's even little pearls in here. Or better yet, you can use these flat back pearls, and they already have the glue dots on the back. All right. I'm also going to teach you the bordered technique to this card. You're going to really enjoy that. And then here's my favorite, because it's just so Lisa. It's got lots of bling. All right, look. I'm going to show you how to do the dress. She's got a pearl necklace, a pearl bracelet. We've got just a fun hat. We've got an embossed background that's going to come to you. Again, everything is cut and embossed. You're just going to do the stamping. So you're going to get 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 8 cards. You're going to get this. You're going to get the pearls. You're going to get the stamp set. I'm going to flip you around. Ready? You're going to get the video. You're going to get the PDF tutorial. And you're going to get Live with Lisa. So if you think this is fun, you should come to Live with Lisa. Whenever you order $25 or more or Studio Stamps in the Mail, hang with me, I'm going to give you a price. You automatically get invited to a private group. I do several live demonstrations. There's tons of tips, and you get a huge bundle of tutorials for everything that I share and show. And how about free product prize patrol? Yep, everybody who earns it gets their name in a drawing, and I give away free prizes during the event. Do you have to be on Facebook to watch it live to win? No, it's recorded, so you can come back at any time. Ready for the price? So it's the stamps, the pearls, the embellishments, pre-cut supplies for 8 cards, priority mail to your home, $53, and I will be mailing those on April 15th. So it's a great deal. If you add up all the product and you add priority shipping, you'll see that I add nothing. So I really just love to stamp and to share with you. So I'm really, really hoping that you'll give Studio Stamps in the Mail a try. It's lots of fun. And I think I'm the only one out there that's doing a tutorial and a video. So that's great. Some people like to read and want pictures, and some people want a video. So I've got them both covered for you. All right, let me take a look. Oh, ordering ends on Sunday, which is April 9th. Gosh, where's the year gone already? I can't even believe it's April. Can you? I think that's about it. Don't forget, any online order of $25 or more is automatically going to get you into Live with Lisa for that private event, product prize patrol, tutorials, and lots more demonstrations, just like this one. I'm so glad that you guys have joined me tonight. I hope to see you again soon. Remember, head over to my blog, press the Learn More button now, and it'll take you over there, and then press the Online Classes tab for Studio Stamps and the Mail information. Thanks for coming by, everybody, and I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you again soon.